All right, and I would say to the panel, help me if you would in terms of letting folks in as they come in. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started so that we are respectful of your time. Again, good evening and happy Tuesday to you. My name is Michelle Fletcher, and I am the academic recruiter for the college. Thank you all for joining us in this information session. We so enjoy engaging with you this way, bringing this information to you. These sessions are designed to offer you information that will support you in your academic success. Each Tuesday, we highlight a different program, opportunity, or resource here at Cvcc we think you need to know about. And so tonight is no different. Tonight, we're going to hear from our team of academic counselors. Are you out there, counselors? Can you give a little quick wave real quick? There they are. They're waiting to talk to you. They're going to talk with us about academic programs, enrollment, and many of them, if not all of them, have a particular specialized area that they have within the counseling department. And I think they're going to talk with you about that as well. So listen, get your questions together because they are ready to answer those questions. Feel free to even ask questions during the presentation. So they will be watching the chat and making sure that we are aware of the questions that are coming forth. I would also say to the counselors, if you get a question that you think everybody can benefit from, please make sure you push that out so that we can all hear it and that everybody can receive that information. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me also say we're going to do maybe a 7-8 minute Q&A at the end, just in case anybody is sitting on a question that they just didn't get a chance to ask during the presentation. But we are ready to get started, and I am going to give it over to Mark Zicola, and Mark is going to move us forward with the evening. Mark?
Thank you so much, Michelle. Welcome, everyone, to Cvcc Counseling. We've got a special guest tonight, so we are extremely excited that you've decided to join us. Emily, if you would introduce the Cvcc Counseling mascot.
She wants to say hello.
That is Gertrude. Okay, moving on. Now, I'm going to move my computer for a moment, folks. Hopefully you can see in all its glory my sports jacket. My colleagues have had to look at that all day today, so be thankful that you're only here for half an hour. During this season of both spiritual and commercial gifts, I thought it was appropriate to don this festive sports jacket to help remind you that an education, your future, is the gift that will keep on giving for yourself, for your family or future family, for your community. We offer a wide selection of programs from transfer to allied health to career and technical. We're going to talk a little bit about those this evening. If you've got questions and wanting to learn more, we can do that tonight and in future individual sessions. So I don't want to waste any more time on the introductions. We're going to talk about transfer first with our colleague, Emily Muniz. Emily?
Thank you, Mark, and welcome everybody. My name is Emily. I'm one of the counselors here. We are also going to be sharing fun facts about ourselves tonight, just so you can get to know us a little bit better. My fun fact may not be fun for everybody, but I am a huge reader. I love reading to a fault. I would do it all day if I could. But to tie that in, we also have a Cvcc book club. So if any of you are interested in reading as much as I am, you can join us. We do that about once a month. Ashley Pearson is also a member. You can join anytime. So if you're interested in reading and you see a book that you might want to join us for, please do so. We also want to talk about, a little bit about ourselves. I have been at Cvcc for almost 12 years. So I've been here for a long time. I worked at another community college in Virginia before that. So I have a lot of experience in the community college system. we're here to serve all of you. So we now assign students to counselors, and we do that so that we can establish a relationship with you and make sure that we know what's going on with you and get you on the right track based on your goals. We've been doing that for almost a year now, and it's been really a great thing for students and ourselves. You know, I know my students by name, and it's really cool to have that relationship. Because of that, though, my job has changed a little bit. I am the transfer counselor. However, I do not see all transfer students. All of us are very well versed in transfer advising, so you will continue to meet with whomever you are assigned to about transfer. Everyone, again, knows how to advise transfer students. What I do, though, as part of the transfer counselor role is I work with the four-year schools. So I have relationships with many of the four-year schools in Virginia. I help them with event planning. So if they want to come to Cvcc or host a virtual event, I assist them with setting that up. I also advertise it to all of our students. I send out a weekly transfer email on Tuesday. I call it the Transfer Tuesday email, and it will list any events that I want you all to know about for that week. The past year, most of the events have been virtual, of course, though hopefully this spring we will have some on-campus events. I also include events that take place at the four-year school. So if you're interested in transferring, I encourage you to look at that each week to see if any of the schools that you're interested in are listed, so that you can start speaking to those representatives. Even if this is going to be your first semester, you want to start having those conversations early. The next thing, I guess, that I'll talk about, and the last thing, so I can move on to my colleagues as they have a lot to say today too. The state of Virginia has also been working on a huge transfer initiative to make transfer more seamless for students. The biggest piece of that project, I would say, is the transfer portal. That went live just a few weeks ago. I'll put the link to that in the chat. The full functionality will be available in March. And so again, I encourage you to check that out. You can see how your classes at Cvcc will transfer. Eventually, you'll be able to upload your transcript and see how your classes will transfer to many schools at a glance. You can see what you need to take based on your transfer school and your major. So it's a really great tool. We're going to use that when it comes to advising you as well. Again, I'll put that in the chat. If you have any questions about transfer, I'm happy to answer those at the end. I'm going to pass it over now to Ashley Pearson.
Thank you, Emily. My name is Ashley Pearson, and I'm so happy that you all decided to join us this evening to learn more about the counseling team and the services we can provide to you. A fun fact about myself is I have run a marathon, and I will never run another one. But something that you might not know about Cvcc is that we have a really nice facility, workout facility, and we have some lovely fields. We have some great classes, PE classes that are outside, such as archery and that sort of thing. So just another great thing about Cvcc. So I have worked closely in the past with students that are interested. Oh, and I've been here for 15 years. So I want to make sure I said that too. So in the past, I've worked with students that are interested in our allied health programs. And those programs include respiratory therapy, radiologic technology, medical laboratory technology. And then we also have medical coding. But as Emily mentioned, when you become a student with us, you're going to be assigned a counselor, and we can all help you with whatever program you decide to pursue with us. The interesting thing, and it's a little bit different than the other programs that we offer, is that the allied health programs are selective admission. So you have to meet certain prerequisites before you can be officially admitted into that program. So some things to think about if you're interested in one of those programs, radiology, medical laboratory technology, or respiratory therapy, is that you'll need to supply, or you'll need to send in your high school transcripts after you've applied to Cvcc, and any college transcripts you might have. If you attended a school outside of the Virginia Community College system, we'll need those official transcripts as part of the application process to that whatever medical program you decide to apply to. So be sure to send those after you've applied to the college. And then you'll meet with your counselor to make sure you've met the prerequisites to be then referred to the program. So the referral process is something you'll do with your counselor. We will, it's a form that we fill out together. We then send that form and all of your transcripts to the program director. And the program director will then send you an application to the program. And then there is a follow-up part where you'll do an interview with a program director. So it's a multi-step application process for our selective admission programs. And all the programs have different deadlines. Those can be found on our website, on the program page website for whatever program you're interested in. Radiology is March 1st. That's our earliest application referral deadline. And then respiratory therapy is April 15th, and then medical laboratory technology is June 30th. And again, all of that information is on the program page website. So you'll want to familiarize yourself with that and do as much research as you can into whatever program you're interested in pursuing. They are selective admission, so they have limited enrollment, acceptance every fall semester. And they look at a variety of things, GPA, the kind of research and knowledge you have about the field. And your counselor can talk to you more about ways to go about that and learn more about the field when you meet with them. So yeah, I think that is all I wanted to share at this point for the medical programs. And I look forward to working with you. And if you have any questions, put in the chat and I'm happy to answer them. And now I'm going to turn it over to Meredith.
Thank you, Ashley. So I'm Meredith McLaughlin. I am the Student Accessibility Services Coordinator here at Cvcc. But first, my fun fact. I'm from Long Island, New York. And yes, I do actually have a very thick accent, so I'm told. But just like you guys, I started out at a community college and then I went to a 4-year school. And now I moved here and I get to work at one. So it pretty much came full circle for me. I get to make a real difference here. But if you guys ever want to talk about New York, you could stop by my office. I love talking about it. So anytime. I've been at Cvcc since 2016. So I work with anybody who has a documented medical, physical, or mental disability, or anybody with an IEP or a 504 plan. So I set up something called Accommodations, which are supports and services. And those are to help level the playing field for any student with a disability. And I also work with any students that are homeschooled or any students that are dual enrolled. I work with everybody. Even if you think that you can't get an accommodation, come see me if you have something going on. If you're struggling somewhere, you can always come see me and you can always ask. But accommodations must be related to whichever disability that you have. For example, somebody with ADHD might need extra testing time. They may also need a reduced distraction room to take the test in. I keep everything private and confidential too. I know some people think that there's a stigma with mental health and they don't want to come to me right in the beginning of the semester to start with, and then they wind up failing, or they're starting to fail because they didn't have this help. I'm here to help you. I make sure that nobody knows your specific disability. I don't talk about it. I keep everything private. So that's pretty much all what I do for the school. I don't allow, I just wanted to say a little bit about service animals. We do have service animals are allowed on our campus, but emotional support animals are not allowed. So there are only 2 animals that are recognized by ADA law. Can anyone guess what they are? You can put it in the chat if you want to. Take a guess. I know you guys all know one, but what's the other one? Does anyone know? Miniature horse. It's dogs and miniature horses. So very good. Yeah, so we only allow those 2 types of animals on our campus because those are recognized as service animals. Even if you buy a service animal uniform for your emotional support animal, that's not a service animal. So does anybody have any questions about that or what I do? I'm going to put my contact information in the chat if anybody needs it. Reach out to me, make an appointment with me. Like I said, if you have some kind of disability, please reach out to me. I could see if I can help you in any way. But that's pretty much all. And I'm going to turn it over to Jacob Mitchell now.
Hi, my name is Jacob Mitchell, as Meredith said, and I'm the newest member of the counseling department. I think we calculated it today, and I've been here for 2 months, 16 days, and 1 hour. I was at Liberty across the street for 4.5 years, so to bring that experience over here. For my fun fact, I spent 3 summers on a commercial salmon fishing boat in Alaska. So I have a lot of experience being covered in fish guts and slime and seaweed. I've definitely enjoyed getting to meet the students I've worked with so far, and look forward to coming alongside many of you as you continue your academic journey. Just a word about when counseling is open. We're open 5 days a week. Tuesday through Friday, we are open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then on Mondays, we're actually open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I'm the counselor who is in the office from 5 to 6. So if you need to come in on Monday nights, I'll be the one that meets with you. And now I'm going to hand it over to Mark.
Thank you, Jacob. So I have been here at CVCC since 2005. I'd calculate how many years that is, but I'm not very good at math. My fun fact is I own a pet moose. I tried to bring it on campus one time, but Meredith wouldn't allow it since it's not on her list of animals permitted. So St. Nunzio went back to the house. So St. Nunzio is originally from British Columbia via St. Louis, Missouri. He is a moose that is up on my living room wall. So not real. I don't have to take it for walks. He doesn't make a mess. Don't have to buy any expensive food nor take him to the vet. He is the perfect pet for me. So CVCC offers a great range of programs for you. We've heard about transfer programs. We've heard about our allied health programs. We've also got a number of career and technical programs ranging from administrative support technology to management, cybersecurity, welding, mechatronics, machining, information systems technology. The list goes on and on. You can find our list of programs on our website, and we would be happy to discuss any and all of those programs with you and explore your interests here at CVCC. College is not easy. It's not a given. Just because you show up to class doesn't mean you're going to pass the class. It takes commitment. It takes effort. You're wanting to give your best in order to become competent in a particular field of study, so that at some point, someone is going to pay you some nice dollars for what you know, for the skills and knowledge you possess. And speaking on behalf of my colleagues, I think we are all grateful that we have this opportunity to serve you and students like you each and every day. And without our education, we would not be here, and we would not be able to do what we enjoy doing. I just wanted to follow up. Emily had mentioned it earlier, that you were initially assigned both a navigator and a counselor. The navigator will help you with the onboarding process to make sure everything with your application is correct, checks out, to help you in the processing of your financial aid, to make sure you're familiar with the number of resources that are required of you as a CVCC student, and then the handoff to your counselor to help you with the enrollment process, to establish that rapport, that bond to help you feel like a member of the CVCC family. And that's what it's all about. Whatever your goal is, we want to share in your experience if you will allow us. I'd like to, speaking of sharing, I'd like to share a story. It is a fresh story. It only happened a couple of hours ago, so it doesn't get any newer, any fresher than this. Met with a gentleman, never been to college, wants to do something different. He's been out of high school a few years, has enjoyed it, but he knows he wants more. He wants another opportunity. And we dissected a number of programs that he was interested in. He was provided with contact information to speak to some of our program heads to learn more about his prospective career fields. That can be you. You're here this evening. You've had the courage to come on to our Zoom session. Hopefully, you will take that next step and join us here at CVCC to embark on your future and your new career. We want to thank you so much for being with us this evening, and I want to hand it over to Michelle for the question and answer session.
All right, thank you, panel. What a great job. Just a wealth of information that you put out there this evening, and we so appreciate it. This portion, we're going to now move into the Q&A portion of the evening, and we want to open it up so that we can hear from you all. Now, I've watched the chat a little bit, and it looks like some questions have been answered in the chat. And again, counselors, if there's anything you've answered in the chat that you think everybody can benefit from, by all means, go ahead and share that with us. But again, these sessions are to get information to you, but we also want to hear from you. So here's an opportunity for you all, the callers, to ask questions of these advisors. They are here to serve you. I'm here to serve you. So we're going to just kind of pull back here for a minute and let the questions come. Anyone with any questions?
Michelle, I did have a question or something that came across to me privately, and I just wanted to share with the group that the medical coding program is an open program. That's not selective. So after you apply to the college, if you choose that on your application, you're in that program. So just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Okay, great. Anyone else out there with any questions, any comments?
So JT just asked about, do we have any internships or assistance with finding a job? We do have a career advisor. Her name is Sarah Jarrett. We can put her info in the chat. She is a great resource. She's extremely knowledgeable about jobs in the area. She does a really fabulous job fair twice a year, once in the fall, once in the spring. It has been virtual, again, for the past year or so. But she usually has, 40 to 50 employers. So, definitely, reach out to her if you need help finding a job or even an internship when you're finished.
Okay. Thank you, Emily. Anyone else? We want to be respectful of your time. Again, we so appreciate that you've joined us this evening. Well, while you're thinking about whether or not you have another question, I'm going to go ahead and put out a few general reminders and kind of bring us to a close, but still know the floor is open to answer any questions that you might have. Emily just mentioned Sarah Jarrett. So I want to tie Sarah into a future session. I said a little earlier that these sessions are every Tuesday from 6 to 6:30. And I do believe in 2022, Sarah will be one of our guests for one of these 30-minute sessions. And I would encourage all of you to please join us again on a Tuesday for these sessions. Now, I need you to get this. We will suspend these sessions until after tonight. These sessions will not occur again until February 2022. So we'll pick them up again in February, but I would encourage you to please join us again, because again, it is a lot of good information that we think you need to know. And so we, again, enjoy engaging with you this way. So We will start up in February of next year. Now, I want you to know this. These sessions are recorded. Even the session this evening is recorded. So you have every opportunity to go back and listen again and again to previous sessions. So you know what we've already, what sessions have already occurred. There's a session out there on financial aid. There's a session on how to get started. There's a session on the application process. What you would need to do to access this information is go to our homepage, and on the top left little square, you'll see a tile. You'll see, I think it's information session videos. Click in there and you can go in and watch any of the previous sessions that have already occurred over the last couple of weeks. And we would encourage you to do so. So these sessions are on our YouTube channel and they are on our website as well. The other thing I want to bring to your attention is that we are still registering for spring 2022. So if you're interested in plugging into a class for the spring, hey, we're interested in having you plug into a class for the spring. So by all means, get with one of these counselors, one of these handsome, beautiful faces you see on this camera, reach out to them. They are ready to get you started at Cvcc. That kind of brings me to the end of what I was going to share with you in terms of reminders. Anyone with any questions, any comment you're sitting on that you'd like to share, we would love to hear it. Anyone? All right, well, it looks like we're at the end of this thing. And again, thank you, panel, for again, just a wealth of information. Thank you, callers, for joining us this evening. Go to our website, to our YouTube channel to check out previous sessions, and we hope to see you in a future information session. Thank you and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.